One thing I was going to ask the panel here, Rush, and maybe you can weigh in on this as well. I guess there are a couple of things when we talk about the Democrats. Obama's message seems to be hope. Edwards' message seems to be the middle class. What sort of message does Hillary Clinton need to pick up now to try to get some of the kind of enthusiasm that Obama seems to have around his campaign?
I'm glad you asked me that, because this is what I originally wanted to say. I was watching all the networks tonight, channel surfing around, and I honestly, this is an historic night in this country, folks. For the first time, a black American has won a presidential primary, going away by 9 points. I'm not going to mention the networks, but without exception other than yours, it was Huckabee, 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 Huckabee. They were doing their best to bury what was a devastating and humiliating loss for Hillary Clinton. This was the worst night of her life, other than maybe some nights during the second term.
Oh, I think, Rush, there were worse nights, don't you?
Well, look, she was the candidate of inevitability, Susan. She's the candidate of entitlement. She was the candidate of coronation.
Rush,
inevitable candidates do not lose, not especially when they take their whole national campaign team into the state.
Rush, it's Greta.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that I keep harping back to, is that 1988, the inevitable candidate here in Iowa, you would think would have been George Bush. He'd been vice president of the United States under President Reagan, who was loved by many in this country. He lost, I'm looking at the numbers right now, by almost 20 points, 20 percentage points to Bob Dole, and he lost by 6 percentage points to Pat Robertson, and he ended up being the president of the United States. So it's, while everyone is sort of harping on this one race, and it's a huge win tonight for the two winners, it's like, I just don't see this as like such a, oh no, for the Hillary Clinton campaign. It's certainly is a wake-up call, like it was for President George Bush then. So I don't feel the way that everyone else does on this.
Well, I would draw a distinction in that I don't think that George H.W. Bush and his wife and their whole campaign team and their whole administration prior to the Reagan administration running around with this attitude of arrogant inevitability like the Clintons have been running around. I think this is a wake-up call for them. I also think that President Clinton hurt her. If you take a look in any number of campaigns prior to tonight, when the former president went out and endorsed candidates, the vast majority of them lost. Her tailspin began when he got off the airplane in Iowa and started running around making 3-hour speeches about himself rather than her. I don't think this is a good night for them. And, you like to go back to history and draw some parallels. If you want to do that, you should do the same thing about Huckabee and go and talk about all the people that won Iowa who then faded later. But nobody's doing that about Huckabee. They're anointing Huckabee tonight. And Susan knows exactly why. The Democrats are hoping and praying he's the nominee.
That's right.
For one reason. I'll tell you what it is, Susan. I know exactly what it is. The left wing in this country is terribly fearful of evangelicals, the Christian right. They would love to find a way to neutralize them. You nominate a guy who represents them and take him out, you take out the whole Christian right once and for all, and you have to worry about him. And I know that's why you want Huckabee.
Got to go, Rush. Thanks for the call in.
Thank
Appreciate
you,
it. All right, good to talk to you. Much more ahead as our